What's good, YouTube? I'm back again with another video. Back again. This time, my top 10 electric type Pokemon all lined up and ready to go for you guys. So let's get right to it, man, shall we? Number 10. Manectric. Manectric may not be the most intimidating Pokemon, but it can certainly hold its own in battles. It evolves from Electrike at level 26. Where Manectric excels is in the offensive department with an incredible base stat of 105 in both special attack and speed. Being pure electric type, he has a quite limited move pool to choose from, but if we exclude that part, it's a seemingly decent Pokemon competitively. And with the new Mega Evolution, which I by the way won't be using, he's got a boost in special attack and speed, raising it to a base stat of 135 on both. And he also got a boost in his defense. His static haircut is also a nice feature. Number 9. Magnezone. Magnezone is an amazing Pokemon to pick up right now, mostly because it turns the upcoming gym into a joke thanks to its immunity to poison type attacks. It has a variety of resistances and very few weaknesses, plus it has very good special attack. Other than defense and special attack, its other stats are underwhelming, with speed being its biggest weakness. But hold on, I wouldn't worry about that though, especially if you got a Magnezone with its new hidden ability, which is called Analytic. It allows Magnezone to boost its move's power by 30% if it hits after the opponent, turning Magnezone's speed weakness into strength. Yup, Magnezone has a ridiculous amount of special attacks, so that combo would make him, dare I say, pseudo-legendary. The whole thing about electric types is that they're for the most part all about special attack, and Magnezone has amazing special attack. In fact, in the making of this video, I'm pretty sure it has the highest special attack of all electric type Pokemon, and probably also steel type Pokemon if we exclude all legendaries. If you still think certain little rats are better than Magnezone in terms of special attack, then there's not much helping you. And if having record-breaking special attack stats isn't enough, it also holds the record for most resistance/immunities. 12 resistances and an immunity to poison, and that's 13. And he's a flippin' UFO. Electivire has the highest attack, you say? Electivire does rival him, having the highest attack stat of all electric-type Pokemon. Magnezone could very well lose to a lot of electric-type Pokemon if you make him rely on electric-type moves, but Magnezone is special and do definitely consider adding one of these to your team. Although it doesn't get its punches in very quickly, it's still built like a tank and will fuck you up if you're not careful. Number 8. Luxray, or Luxray, whatever you prefer. I've always liked this guy for his looks. Although in the competitive battle scene, he's often discarded for more popular options. But despite what people might say of this Pokemon, it's actually pretty damn good. For starters, I personally find his ability, Rivalry and Guts, interesting. Rivalry increases his attack stat by 50% if he's fighting a Pokemon with the same gender, but it reduces it by the same amount if the Pokemon is of the opposite gender. Guts has no negative effects whatsoever. It also increases his attack by 50%, but occurs more rarely as it is only happening when he's got a status problem. With a base stat of 120 attack and a strong physical move pool to back it up, Luxray has what it takes to be a potent offensive fighter. Allow me to recommend a set for Luxray or Luxray which I find useful. Wild Charge, Superpower, Facade and Crunch. To me, that set is one of the best. With Luxray's high attack, this can put large holes in opposing teams. This allows Luxray to serve as an excellent mid-game attacker, pounding the opposing team very hard in the butt and giving its teammates opportunities to sweep through the remaining Pokemon. Wild Charge is Luxray's stab move of choice, making him a true assassin of electric-type Pokemon. He's not that unique in that he's very easy to obtain, but still a very solid fighter nonetheless. Number 7. Thundurus. I'm talking about Thundurus' second form here, which is activated by using the Revealed Glass, if somebody didn't know. It's a dual-type electric flying cloud Pokemon with the ability Volt Absorb, which restores a quarter of its HP when hit by electric attacks. Thundurus is a large blue sleek bipedal snake or a dragon-like Pokemon. The horn on its head is thick and bulk and extends out quite a bit, while its ears are pointy and pinned back. I think Thundurus is badass and certainly one of the more badass electric type Pokemon out there. I didn't want to put legendaries on this type list, mostly because legendaries are made to be superior design-wise and competitively, but this video is an exception. No more legendaries in my other type videos from now on, that's a promise. Number 6. Raikou. Raikou is said to be the reincarnation of a dead Jolteon. It has 75 base attack, which is not too much, but I guess he's a decent fighter. Raikou is said to be the master of electric type, and also made to represent the lightning strike which ignited the fire that consumed the brass tower. He appears to look like a prehistoric saber-toothed tiger. He also have a 500 total base stats, so he is fairly powerful. I've always been fascinated by saber-toothed tigers when I was a kid, and I still love them to some extent, and so it was impossible for me not to love Raikou when I first set my eyes upon hunting it down. It can have the static ability and can also have the plus Dream World ability. If only it wasn't so hard to catch. If only I didn't end up using the Master Ball after days of pursuit. Number 5. Ampharos. Ampharos has a 90 base HP, so it is a durable little guy. It has a 75 base attack, so it is a decent fighter relative to other Pokemon. It has a 500 total base stat, so you know, it is a pretty powerful fighter. Ampharos can take a few hits. It is pretty resistant to special type attacks and can be punishing with special moves. I'm being quite positive toward Ampharos so far, and if I had to give some negative feedback on it, it would be that its speed is not quite up to date. To be frank, Ampharos has terrible speed for sweeping. To remedy this problem, Agility is the perfect move that raises the speed stat by 2 stages. Assuming you select Timid Nature, or if you get a Timid Nature Ampharos, 1 Agility allows you to outspeed Pokemon with a 130 base speed. Ampharos' special attack should be adequate for a late game sweep. Thunderbolt and Dragon Pulse are great stabs. Plus, Ampharos has a Mega Evolution now, which makes it even more powerful. Ampharos in standalone mode is still a solid Pokemon throughout the game. However, it faces a lot of competition from the likes of Electivire, Magnezone, and other Pokemon on this list. Number 4. Lantern. Lantern is a large blue fish-like Pokemon with a pair of small blue fins. It has a yellow mask over its red eyes. The tip of the bottom of its tail is also colored yellow. Lantern's yellow orbs come from a modification of its dorsal fin. These orbs contain a colony of bacteria that create a chemical reaction, which generates electricity in a similar fashion to that of a battery. Lantern uses the bright part of its body to lure fish prey. It then blinds the fish prey with an intense burst of light. Lantern inhabits the ocean at depths of over 3 miles. So, Lantern is a pretty deep Pokemon. That was horrible. But really, isn't Lantern just too cute for words? As ugly as I thought Chinchou was when I caught my first one back in the Crystal days, I decided to train it because of its cute look of the evolution and unheard type combo. I must admit that I fell completely head over heels for Lantern the second it evolved. And those beautiful eyes. Call me a sap. My own level 100 Lantern is one of my most treasured Pokemon these days. To me, it also seems like a fairly unused Pokemon. Let's call it an indie Pokemon. I guess I have a weird taste in Pokemon. Number 3. Electivire. Electabuzz, an already cool Pokemon, evolves into Electivire, a massive, frightening, supercharged, abominable snowman. Are those tentacles coming out of his back? I don't know, but just don't touch them. Seriously, he might kill you. Attack is Electivire's highest stat, while defense is the lowest. Speed is good too, and the strategy with Electivire should be to outspeed your opponents and hit them with your attack. And because of the high attack, the first move you should teach your Electivire is Thunder Punch. Some people may think that Wild Charge is a better pick, but I think that Electivire doesn't have the HP for that move. Now, every Pokemon needs protection against its weakness, and for Electivire it's only ground type. So the best way to deal with these nasty ground type moves would be something like Ice Punch, which you can learn from move tutors. Ice Punch also has the bonus of being super effective against grass types, which electric moves are not so effective against. Other good physical moves are Brick Break, Fire Punch, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. There is also Giga Impact too, but it makes Electivire recharge, and with his low defense, that is not a good thing. Special moves, you say? Well, that stat is not as high as the attack stat on Electivire, but I still think that you can use it. Some opponents have abilities like Poison Point or Static, and special attacks are a good way to deal with them. My advice is to have one special attack on Electivire. Good special attacks could be Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Focus Blasts, Flamethrower, and Thunder. Flamethrower is a good way to deal with the grass types if you don't like Ice Punch, and Focus Blast can kill a ground type if it hits. For status moves, there are Toxic, Attract, and Thunder Wave for status problems. Then there is Protect and Light Screen for defense. I think that Electivire is a Pokemon who should focus on taking down opponents, not giving them status problems. So that's why I don't recommend status moves on Electivire. Overall, Electivire can manage its job, taking down things. You can outspeed Pokemon and use high attack to give them what they deserve. Electivire is everything Electabuzz could have asked for. The major change is Motor Drive. Electivire's signature and unique ability which gives it an immunity to electric attacks, including Thunder Wave. And if it is hit by an electric attack, it gains a speed boost. In a double battle, a partner could use Discharge to hit opponents and raise Electivire's speed. This paired with the Cell Battery item also raises Electivire's attack. Just thought this would be good to note. He has a very solid and good move pool, and if you want a strong, badass electric-type Pokemon, then you should definitely consider adding Number 2, Jolteon. Jolteon is the electric-type EV evolution, in other words, an evolved form of Eevee. All of the Eevee evolutions have base stat numbers that add up to a total of 525. Most of that for Jolteon is its speed and special attack, especially speed. Jolteon, just like Vaporeon and Glaceon, have high special attack stats and lots of special attack moves to go with them. Jolteon has pretty good special defense stats, but considerably low HP, attack, and defense stats. Low HP and defense make Jolteon a little vulnerable, but because it is fast, it can usually make its mark before it's taken out. Jolteon learns Quick Attack, which is good for the beginning of the game, but he doesn't really need it since he is pretty fast by nature. Like any other EV evolution, Jolteon can use Bait on Pass if kept as an EV until level 56. Bait on Pass is never a frail move. Jolteon can also use the Rain Dance Thunder strategy. As we all may know, the Thunder move does a lot of damage but has a pretty bad accuracy. If you use Rain Dance, the move Thunder will have a 100% accuracy. Jolteon also has good stab moves like Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Discharge. Jolteon's ability is Volt Absorb. If you are hit by any electric type move, you gain some HP, I think it's a quarter HP. Most people are smart enough not to use an electric type move on an electric type Pokemon, but if you know that your opponent is going to use an electric type move, then I guess it's a good thing that you have the option of switching out and putting up Jolteon up front to have him eat all the electricity. You can snag a Jolteon by using a Thunderstone on Eevee. Compact, yellow, and spiky. Jolteon is thankfully just as adorable as its fox-like pre-evolution. Jolteon not only have the ability to learn electric-type moves, but can also learn a couple of fighting and bug-type moves, making it a very well-rounded Pokemon. He's so cute, seemingly friendly, extremely adorable, which makes me want to pet my DS. And best of all, a very reliable fighter. And one of the Pokemon that I have used the most time on. It's a very close call between this and number 1. Number 1, Raichu. Raichu is just as cute as he or she is powerful, unlike Pikachu. It looks exactly how it should, a bigger, stronger, grown-up, better version of Pikachu, getting an adorable new charm over it that makes me love it. Sure, some people may complain about Raichu being bigger than the little Pikachu, but that only makes it look cuddlier. With a base speed of 100 and its attack and special attack at a fairly strong 90, I guess, stab moves from powerful electric moves such as Volt Tackle and Thunderbolt, and access to Nasty Plot and Encore, Raichu can be a powerful sweeper. However, its HP and physical defenses are pathetic. Its electric typing doesn't give it much in the way of resistances, and while it only has one weakness, it is to one of the most powerful attacking types in the game. Its ability, Static, doesn't do much in the way of helping or hindering this Pokemon. While Raichu can be a great addition to any team, I wouldn't recommend it unless you are very skilled. In all honesty, I don't think Raichu works too well as a choice-spec Pokemon. Its defenses are just too poor. I succumb to the facts here, guys. It's not the most powerful electric-type Pokemon, but I don't care about that. Raichu is my boy, or my girl. I love it. And its voice is so bold and cute and perfect. Also really love his picture in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. That was actually one of the reasons why I picked Pikachu as my partner, because I wanted to look at Raichu's body and picture every morning we woke up and took off on rescue missions.